Hi everyone, I'm Modern Milan. Welcome to another episode of IC Stories. So this is episode 70, the big 70. Could you believe it? For today's episode, it rings close to my heart. For many of you who have seen most of our episodes, I think may idea na kayo what I mean by that. But yeah, I won't spoil too much about our guest today para mas makilala niyo siya through her own words. All right, before we start, let me give a very quick hi to everyone who's watching. Favor Johnson, hello. Esther ZICP, Paul John, Kelvin, Dixon Esfeso, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. And happy Thursday, everyone. Almost the end of the week. To everyone who is celebrating, happy Chinese New Year. And again, thanks for joining us. Hello, Miles Morales. Thank you so much. All right, wag natin patagalin pa. You guys know the drill. Make sure to listen in the entire duration of our AMA because we'll be choosing the top three questions po for this episode. Okay, wag natin patagalin pa. Let's call in our guest, the CEO and founder herself, Sivya. Hello. Hi, Sivya. How are you?
Hi, Mulan. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's amazing to be here and interacting with the whole community of ICP Philippines. Looking forward to have a great interaction.
We're so excited for you to be here. I know you're busy, but we appreciate that you made time for our tight knit community here. Before we talk about your project, maybe you could give a quick introduction of yourself. What was your life in Web 2 and how did you fall into the rabbit hole of Web 3?
Yes, so I'll tell you a little about myself. So I am an engineer and then an MBA in HR from one of the top P schools of India, that is MDI Gurgaon. So I've had previously worked with healthcare, you're one of the biggest pharma companies in India, and then also IT company Infosys. And before getting into the world of Web 3, in Web 2, I'd launched a successful edtech startup by the name Y School Learning app, which got acquired, and I took an exit in 2022.
Wow,
And
congratulations.
thank you so much. And that was the time, when I was doing this transition. During that app, also, we were building courses for different blockchains like Neo blockchain, Aave protocol, and
Hmm.
few others. And that is how my journey for Web3 started. And that was my first introduction to Web3. And then last year in January, I got incubated Lyfelynk. I started this project, this startup, building, working on decentralized health data. And I'm an ICP grantee from India. So that is how this journey, began. Because I was looking for something to do in healthcare because I belong to a family of doctors as well, and also because there was a family emergency before that, which actually made me realize the need to decentralize data and make it more accessible for everyone. Whenever you are in a medical emergency, sometimes, especially in India, the data is so fragmented that you don't get access to all of your health data from the past, be it like
Mhm.
few years back or even few months back, because some of it is in your physical form, some is in a digital form. So getting it in an aggregated form at a click of a button is not available. So that is what the mission of Lifelink was then, and it started from there.
Yeah, I shared earlier when the episode started that this hits close to my heart because I'm also from the medical field, and
Oh.
I understand from that background how again everything that you said just resonated. Even here in the Philippines, it's very much the same. Where when you are hospitalized, whether it is for an emergency or a checkup, you have this difficulty of getting access to your data. It's your health data, but it's just so hard to access. The process is tedious, and it could sometimes you have to rely on your memory, which could be unreliable, right? So again, this is I have a feeling I'll very much enjoy this conversation. But I've read a lot about your project, but maybe for our viewers now, could you give a quick intro of what Lifelink is if you had to explain it in maybe 2 to 3 sentences? What is it?
Yes. So at Lifelink, we're building a blockchain-based health data marketplace, and also making and giving you, fitness recommendations, your customized recommendations based on your health history. So I'll just explain it a bit now. So with Lifelink, you
Mhm.
can access, track, and monetize your health data. So that is,
Mhm.
you upload your health reports, and then it is stored chronologically. It's available with you wherever you travel. So you log into your internet, you use your internet identity, log into your device, and then access it
Mhm.
from anywhere you want to. And then you can track it, because we are using on-chain AI to take out insights from this data, and
Mhm.
to know more about what your parameters are, how they're going, and just to get initial information on what your report says. Everything is available on our
Mhm.
web, on our platform. And then how you can monetize it, if you we have a health data marketplace where, if you want to sell it, you want to earn real money through it, you give your consent to make it available on the health data marketplace, and from there it will
Mhm.
be available for the researchers to use AI models on it, and then take out insights which are valuable for the pharmaceutical and medicine industry and for research purposes. Because to get the data on what sort of medicines are being used more, what is the effect on which sort of to disease
Mhm.
prediction, medicine prediction, everything. So
Yeah.
that is what we are into.
How does it work? So, for example, I want to put my data on your database. How does it work? Do I go to a website? Do I download something? Maybe walk me through the process of it.
Yeah. So you can go to lifelink.in, www.lifelink.in, where you just make your profile, like, log in as a healthcare user or a professional. And then
Mhm.
and am I there? Can you
Yes,
hear me?
yes, yes. We
Yes,
can.
yes. I think I lost him. Yeah. So you can just go there and make your profile. And after that, there is an option to upload your data. So if you're using a mobile
Mm.
device, you can just click the image and then scan it and upload it. And otherwise, if you're using a laptop or a web
Mhm.
device, from there also you can just, click the picture, you can make it available on your hard disk, and then from where there directly you can upload it. And it will
Mhm.
be stored chronologically, like the way you upload it. And you can also list down different keywords and details about it. So for that, because if there is something that there's a certain keyword you want to put, supposedly, because then you want to search it whenever you want, it's needed
Mhm.
more number of times. There could be certain reports that
Yeah.
are needed a lot of times more than the other ones, or these are the important ones. So you can put your own keywords there. You can put the details
Mhm.
of the reports, like, if it is for which purpose. So all that is possible. And then it is stored chronologically, so that you don't get lost. What was your early report? If you have to compare your parameters, then obviously you would know, like, 6 months back, my blood pressure, my sugar,
Yeah.
my other parameters were this, and now after 6 months it's this. So you can just
Yeah, you get to I think we lost her a bit, but yeah, I think what she's trying to say is you get to have that timeline and directly compare the different stats at different points in time, which are definitely invaluable to you as a user, but also to, again, if you want to sell that data, right? Very, very interesting. I'm seeing a lot of interesting questions here as well. Sorry, Sylvia, we lost you a little bit. You were talking about how you can basically have that clear timeline of your data.
Yeah. So again, so you can just access it. I was telling that this is the MVP version that is there available for now. So
Mhm.
we are also launching a Play Store app. The first version of which is already ready, and we'll be
Oh
just
wow.
launching it in a week's time, so that it is available for everywhere, anywhere they can download it and use it. The web version is already there, which is hosted on
Mhm.
ICP, and so you can use it. So, and in the other versions, in the next version, there'll be other features, like, getting AI insights for your reports, then health
Mm.
data marketplace, which is already live, but it will be then live for the researchers and pharmaceutical companies and everything. And also,
Mm.
there'll be we're working on a personalized fitness connector, where, based on your health reports, your health data, and device integration would also be there. Like, if you're using any fitness band or your Apple watches, we can just
Sync.
integrate that on a, yeah, you can sync that.
Oh,
And the data,
cool.
Yes, that data would be directly uploaded, available on our platform. And then from there, again, you can work on your fitness as well. Like these parameters from your reports can also be tracked, and your fitness from your these parameters you can track otherwise, and you can put your milestones, your goals, like if you have a goal for to lose some weight, so based on the achievement of your milestones and goals, you there'll be rewards in the on the platform, so you can earn those life tokens and then redeem them for certain services, to get premium services, and also to book certain sessions with the coaches and everything that is
Mhm.
like on the way.
Oh wow, that's amazing. It sounds like you're cooking up a lot of things. Um, maybe give us a better understanding of this timeline or of this roadmap. Is that everything that you shared? Is that going to happen within the other half of the year? Is that more of a 3 to 5 year thing? What's the timeline looking for this?
This would be the first the this 2025's first quarter's goals that that I'm saying, because the work in on
Oh
all of this is
wow.
already, yeah, so all of this is already in the progress, so it's not that it's just the vision, it's already in progress. We are
Mm-hmm.
like I told you, the Play Store app would be launched within a week's time,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and device integrations would come after 15 days to that. And then getting the personal coaches and fitness coaches, that will take another 2 to 3 months, because we just uh, in the lookout, and we're just building partnerships with a lot of people and brands right now, so
Mm-hmm.
these things are getting materialized. And once that is materialized, then it will be the live tokens would also be live.
Yeah, I mean, again, that sounds incredibly exciting. Much more exciting knowing that it's in the first quarter of the year, especially with the big things you're cooking. Um, I guess my next question would be, why did you decide to build this on ICP? Why ICP? And maybe what superpowers are you guys leveraging to make Lifelink happen?
Yeah, so ICP ecosystem definitely, has amazing things to offer. So grants was one thing definitely, that helped us. But the on the development side, the features like wet keys, HTTPS out calls. So we are using HTTP out call for encryption and decryption of data, which is very important for Lifelink, because we are dealing with health data, and privacy
Mm-hmm.
and control and security of health data is a big concern, especially in many of the countries.
Yeah.
If you move down, you go to Europe and all, so there are a lot of regulations. So to
Mm-hmm.
keep, that is helping us. And with wet keys feature, we have been able to integrate EHR health system with us. So now we are integrated with India's biggest health EHR health system, that is Abha ID ABDM,
Wow.
which gives us access to 1.4 billion users data, health data, directly, which
Mm-hmm.
will be available on our platform. So this was because of the feature of ICP. In fact, we presented in front of Dominic
Oh
in
wow!
Singapore.
I saw the photos. I mean, that was
Yes.
amazing. Tell us more. Tell us more about it. I got so excited.
Yes. So in Token 2049, so we are we were one of the top 10 projects all over the world. So only one from India
Wow.
to present in front of Dominic. And he clearly, he mentioned there that, when he was building wet keys, he never imagined that, something like this, like a project like Lifelink would come in where it would be put to use. And
Yeah.
that how, and, that to how. So he was saying that, it was very close to his heart. But so there have been certain, like, there were some delays in wet keys.
Mhm.
Features getting launched and all, but he then promised us that now he will get his team work on it, and it
Yeah.
will not get halted. Yes.
It'll be a priority now. Wow, what an
Yes.
amazing interaction. Only 10 teams and you're the only ones from India. Dang,
Yes.
wow. Congratulations. Must have felt amazing though.
Yes.
What a great opportunity. Um, I guess you mentioned something about AI and with recent buzz, AI has been so sexy. Maybe tell us a little bit more about the plans over there and how you want to scale that or grow in that direction and maybe in a few years time.
Yeah. So right now our data, so we have the whole data is on chain. And
Mm,
so what we are doing is we are anonymizing this data with the use of AI.
mm,
And again, taking out this data into, like, like how OCR works. So getting the tables out of it, everything using AI. We're also using a lot of open source AI models like Med7 and others to get
mm,
details about the medicines that are used, the treatments for that, diagnosis, and also to analyze the initial analyzation of the report. So we're not saying
yeah.
that you don't need to go to your healthcare practitioner with Lyfelink. It's not that. It's just that once you scan a report, you get a preliminary introduction into what your report says, what is it all
Mm.
about, and what the certain health data talks about, so that you're more prepared to ask certain questions to your practitioner. And you don't just
Ah,
go there.
interesting.
Right. So you
Mm,
have initial knowledge about, what a report says, what are the things that are there, and what are important things to take care of. It's about that. And
mm.
going forward, like on our marketplace, then people would be able to build AI models and use that data to make it more useful for the research and pharmaceutical companies to take out meaningful insights, and then they
Yeah.
can sell it to the research and pharmaceutical companies, which can again put it to use for research and develop the medicines for certain rare diseases as well. That is what the goal is, the ultimate vision is. It'll all depend on the mass adoption of the
That's
platform.
amazing. Yeah, I mean that's a grand vision for sure, and I'm all for it. Yeah, I think some people don't, because we always hear about gathering, collecting data, but then what do you actually do to data to make it meaningful or to make it worth actually combing through or making it more valuable or seeing, interpreting them is what's actually most valuable, right? Um, so I guess with building such a complicated thing, because there are so many aspects to it, you have the health side, you have user acquisition, and you also have these data privacy laws that you have to abide to. What can you share maybe some challenges that you've encountered and how you guys resolve that?
Yeah. So the first and foremost, the biggest challenge definitely is acquiring this data. So we have
Mm,
been partnering with a lot of, and if you talk about India, the data is very fragmented because we have like small
mm,
clinics and small doctors with their own setups. It's not that you have to, like,
yeah,
if you
private clinics.
Yes, it's not that
Yeah.
you go to a government GP, like that is there in London or in Europe, where you have
Mm,
government assigned practitioners where only you can go for your health related issues. It's not that here every family has a different doctor, and in fact sometimes in a family also everybody's going to different doctor. So
yeah.
yeah. So the data is like so fragmented. So that is what we are doing is, so my background of coming from a health family of doctors helps here. So due to these
Mm,
network and connections, I'm moving from different clinics and different hospitals, partnering with them. And also, that is why, and the ICPs also helped us in one way here, is that because of ICPs, like I told you, we are using wet keys and HTTPS out calls and other features. So it has
mm,
given an interface of a web 2 platform. It's not that it's complete, it gives, so even onboarding a web 2 user, because obviously here we cannot target only the web 3 users, then the data would be very limited. So
yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah, so amalgamation, so this gives us an amalgamation of web 2 like an experience, so which has made the
Mm,
onboarding easy. And the other challenge is definitely is getting onboarding some experts, healthcare experts, uh, partnering with pharmaceutical companies as well. So that is also on the way. Like we are moving one step at a time, and working on that, and that is helping us go above.
mm. Yeah, for sure. There are so many moving pieces to it that you really have to stay on top of it. Because again, you have that customer facing or that user facing one, and then at the back end, the healthcare partners, may that be the doctors or pharmaceutical companies as well, that you have to take care of. In terms of community, I know ICP has a very solid community, and they always, at least from what I hear from other founders, is that they always give a lot of feedback. I'm wondering if you've had the same
Yes.
experience, and if so, have there been any interesting feedback that really gave you a maybe a eureka moment, or has helped you solve a problem through feedback?
Yes, definitely. Due to many interactions, like obviously, ICP network really helps on the development side as well, even on the marketing and other things. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we have received, I don't remember when, but there was a question regarding the regulations, health regulations, like GDPR health regulation, HIPAA regulations, and that actually kind of gave us an early insight that yeah, definitely when you move towards Europe and other countries, this will be an issue and we need to work on it. That is why the integration of HTTP out calls and wet keys came in, where we are now anonymizing the health data and storing it so that your privacy is not getting stuck anywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely that helps for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this has been literally one of the questions that has been popping out, and just different. It's
Yeah.
just paraphrased, right? But yeah, how are you guys approaching that very sensitive regulatory compliance area? Um, has there been an approach? I know ICP is helping you, but do you have maybe steps in place? We have a particular team handling this. How exactly are you going about it? We'd love to understand better.
Yeah. So yes, so we are GDPR compliant because we're not storing the data on our own machine. So it is
Mm,
getting stored on the user machine only. So and
mm,
then from the user machine it is anonymized and then stored on a platform. So that is how the regulation is not
mm,
getting compromised, because for HIPAA and GDPR, the main issue is that the privacy of the patient should not be compromised. Right, and the
mm,
data should the private data should not go out. So now, because
mm,
it is anonymized, the demographics are not shared, like a person's name, their the country they're residing in, and also it's not getting shared. It's only the
mm,
required data is getting used and made available. So that is how we're compliant.
mm.
Also, it's not available
Okay.
on our platform. So if a user does not give consent, so even we cannot use it. So it's just once
Uh,
it's consent
mhm,
based. So once they give a consent to that their data should be available on the marketplace for selling, then only it
mhm.
is first it is anonymized and then made available.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's your data. It makes sense that you also have the power basically to choose what happens to it, right? Whether you want it to be monetized or not. I think that's also something that's lacking in our current systems. You don't really have much power with your data. So it's a very
Right.
interesting take for you guys. Um, so I guess with new concepts, there is this lull period of trying to get people to actually on board and to just keep using the app or the platform, right? Are there any incentives in place that you guys are offering to maybe encourage active use, active engagement, or just generally community participation in your platform?
Yes, so we've put a reward mechanism on our platform where a user, based on the more the data they store, the more rewards they get. So for every scan, every report, there are certain life tokens that they get. So the more data you will be uploading, the more rewards you will be getting. And those rewards, once the token launch happens, once the ICO is there, so then those they can definitely monetize it as well. And these tokens can be redeemed for certain. Hello,
I lost you a bit. But I did hear
can you
that.
hear me? I think I
Yes,
lost
I lost you
connection
a bit,
there.
but can you hear me?
Yeah, now, can you hear me
Okay.
now? Yes, yes, I can.
Yes. So what we heard was that when I keep using it, I get life points, right? And then the life points, what can I do with them? We lost you a little bit there. Can I exchange them for maybe rewards or for
Yeah.
your partner? Mhm.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You can book appointments with that. You can even buy merchandise for different, brands that will be available on a platform. You can also,
Oh
in fact,
wow.
burn them to. to get premium subscriptions, to get premium analytics for your reports, you can buy that. And also you can, there'll be different services. You can connect with your local practitioners, wellness experts that will be there, those we're partnering
Mm.
with. Like, you can book a yoga session, you can book a wellness session, you can book a nutrition session with us using those life tokens.
That's
So
an
that is
amazing
how we use
flywheel.
it.
The more that you incentivize them to keep using the platform, and then the rewards are still, again, encouraging them to stay on the platform, is just genius. I
Right.
mean, that is
Right.
amazing. And it is definitely going to make them want to use it more and integrate it until to the point that they just it's just part of it, right? Like it's not even a conscious decision anymore of using it, rather again just part of the routine or something that you're used to. So I'm curious, apart from making time for AMAs and your active Twitter account and Telegram, how else are you trying to reach people with it? I know you mentioned earlier you're not limiting yourself to just Web3 native users, you're also targeting Web2. Yeah, I guess, how are you approaching those two cohorts? They're such a different audience, right? Is there a difference on how you market the platform towards them, or is it just one big strategy?
Yeah, so we are, like I told you, like, we're moving, we're working on the ground as well, where we're partnering with different local clinics, hospitals. Like, we've already partnered with Punjab, where I stay. So, Punjab's biggest hospital, that is the DMC. So,
Mhm.
onboarding their patients directly on our platform. And like I said, integrating with EHR health systems. So, like ABDM,
Mhm.
India's biggest health system, Health ID, is integrated on our platform. So India has a population of 1.4 billion users. So like that
Mhm.
complete data would be available on our platform. So once the Abha ID
Mhm.
integration is successful, it is like in the beta phase right now in India, with more than, I think, more than 50% of users is already onboarded. So that is close to 7.7 million. So
Oh
that is how
wow.
the mass adoption would happen. So we can do it for the other countries as well. We can integrate EHR health systems for other countries, so that
Mhm.
it makes it easy to get that data, and the users don't have to like do it. It's not a repetitive task for them. So even the practitioner can do it on for us. So if they're already integrated with some system, that data would directly be available on our platform. They don't have to manually upload it every time.
Oh, interesting. Wow. I'm curious how this will integrate within the Philippine healthcare system, because with I've gone through multiple internships in different hospitals, and they would use different systems.
Mm-hmm.
In India, is it just one? Is it one system for everyone? How does it work really?
So yes, for India now they have launched a unified health ID, the Abha ID that talking about. So it's like
Ah,
your,
okay.
yeah, it's like your unified identification number. It's your health ID. So that is a government platform. So which is
Mhm,
unified
mhm.
for all the Indians all across the different states. So you just we and so we have integrated with that system. So that holds the
Mm.
records for everybody in India. So that is one system. So that's why it's easier to integrate it and then do it. But we can do it for different systems as well. So we just
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
see what the back end is, and if API is available,
Mhm.
we can directly make it
Yeah.
available,
Oh, I
integrate
see,
and
I
do it.
see. Now I kind of understand better what you were talking about earlier, because again, different cultures, different systems. So that's why it's
Right.
it's very interesting. I hope we get to implement that in the Philippines too. Maybe through your platform, because again, oof, the healthcare system here is just insane. So this is
Uh-huh.
really something I see it's so valuable, especially again for emerging markets such as us here in the Philippines. So we have a few questions here from the community. One of the questions you already answered. Here's another one from Gifty. Has Lifelink engaged in partnerships? Well, you have, with biotech firms, research institutions that validate its business model. How has that conversation been going so far?
Yes, so we've been talking to a lot of pharmaceutical companies,
Mm.
like Novartis. We have people here in Novartis, who are working there.
Mm. Yeah.
I have contacts who are in different pharma companies in here, Punjab as well. So definitely, we are, working with them, getting. So it is because the MVP didn't have that version for now, but we've already got soft commitments from them that once
Mm.
the data is available for them to see and have a look at it inside, we gave them sample data, so they were really happy and they were
Mm.
like that, especially for Indian data, it's very valuable because Indian data is not available for research. So US markets
Oh.
you still get. Yes, Indian data is not there because it's not integrated, as I told you. It's very fragmented. So
Mm.
now with Abha ID's integration and on our platform, it will be then available for research. So yes, we have been partnering and talking with a lot of pharmaceutical companies. Like I told you, my husband is a doctor and he
Yeah.
has a network of pharma companies, who are working with him. So through him also, I have been doing these partnerships and otherwise also validating the concept here.
I didn't even now that you mentioned it, it makes a lot more sense that of how just how valuable this is because as you mentioned, if in data for research, Indian data is not that widely accessible, and usually for researchers they just use American data, and that really doesn't make sense because for some drugs
Yes.
we metabolize it differently, right? We the genetic makeup is just
Yes,
different,
exactly.
and there are so many factors that you have to consider. Wow, I'm so happy that you mentioned that, and that just proves how important your platform is in gathering again not just one specific race's data, but rather making it available for everyone, so that we get to access this and just apply it in other researches. Wow, that's very very impactful. I'm so
Right,
so
exactly.
interested.
You
Yeah.
you have actually hit the nail hard on its, like, head, and that is what the purpose is, because you cannot
Mm,
just use one set of data and put that diagnosis for everyone around the
correct.
world, because you
You
we know
can't just copy
our
paste it.
yes, yes. Our genes work differently. Our metabolisms are
Mm,
different. Our systems are different. We've been eating different food. We
yeah.
are living in different cultures, different environments. So that impact is
Mm,
there. So we don't consider most of the research, most of the medicines, they don't consider that. So that is why
mm.
it is so important.
That's true. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's something that people don't really think about that much, but it has such a huge effect on people more than we know. Very, very interesting. Another question here is from Dixon Ameson. In what ways is LifeLink's approach to health data management unique compared to existing health tech solutions?
Yeah. So one first, we are using blockchain. So and ICP blockchain for the current health tech solutions. We haven't we did a lot of research, but we couldn't find many solutions that have blockchain, that are based on that are using blockchain at the back end. And also
Mm,
we are completely on chain. Our data is completely on chain, and that is the beauty of
mm,
ICP, hosting it on ICP, because because of the no gas model and
mm,
reverse gas model, and because we cannot be the canisters, they have so much storage available to store data. So it has made us easier to make that this storing all the data on chain. But
mm,
while for other systems, they are not doing it on chain, even if there is a blockchain solution. And again, because of the integration, we are integrated with the EHR health systems, which is also not, we haven't seen any solution which has this EHR health integration. So that is why
mm.
it is different from all the other platforms. And an amalgamation of data marketplace and your personalized fitness recommendations is also not there. So it's
Yeah.
basically, so the purpose is for the user to store more and more data, incentivizing them with their fitness and wellness. So that is
Mm.
how we want to keep them engaged, so that they are on our
Yeah.
platform sharing more of the data. And because our ultimate goal is to get the most data, because if we have access to maximum data, then only we can aid research.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess it's also it'll evolve to a super app basically for health, right? Because everything is there. Not only, again, you not only store your data, it gives you insights, but also, as you mentioned, it can eventually recommend things for you and help you achieve goals that you've set for yourself, health goals, right?
Right.
That's so amazing. I guess you covered basically a lot of the ground that we wanted to cover. So I would love for you to maybe speak to our community who are also building um, maybe something similar to yours. Every time we have a hackathon, there's always that one health project. It's similar to yours in that it tackles data and trying to solve that fragmented problem of it, right? Maybe can you give some tips, or if they want to work with you, how can they do that?
Sure, definitely. We can see, how we can work together. So we can get introduced and see, what they're doing, what we're building, and if Lifelink and they can synergize in any way, it would be great. And we can, also maybe make them a partner in Philippines, and they can, start the work from Philippines, and then we can move to different countries. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Like a branch here, or like your arm to build out Lifelink here in the Philippines, which again is a
Yes.
very great spot. We definitely need this. Um, Now, if people want to maybe reach out or learn more, or maybe even use like Lifelink themselves, where do they go? How can they find you?
Yes, so definitely follow us on Twitter, at Lifelink. So our Twitter handle is Lifelink. I can just share it, or I think you can do it, Mulan.
Yes, I can. I can.
You have it right, and
Yes.
Twitter handle. You can go to www.lifelink.in. That is the MVP version. Yes, that is the Twitter handle. And you can ping us anywhere, even on Telegram. We have Lifelink channel there. You can join that, and you can directly even ping me. I'm at underscore Sivya, at the rate Sivya underscore 8 at on Telegram. So you can just ping me directly if you need any help, anything, or any way you want to partner with Lifelink. I'll be happy to help.
We love to hear that. And of course, I will update all of your links in the description box so you guys can be a part of their community, say hi, maybe ask more questions if you want. Again, very much welcome. Sabia, you have been nothing but so generous with answering all of our questions. Again, this is a project that hits very close to my heart. I think it's truly impactful, the work that you guys are doing, and congratulations on all your achievements so far. And I feel that, this is going to be a big year for you guys. And hopefully, the next time you're here, we get to talk about um, more of your project. Again, Sylvia, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Maraming salamat, as we say in the Philippines, and congratulations on your project.
Thank you so much for having me here. It was amazing talking to you, Milan, and you're such a beautiful uh, person inside out. It seems, obviously this interaction and the way you have, taken this conversation, headed it. It was amazing, and thank you so much for having us here. And guys, do join Lifelink handles, and we have a giveaway coming up soon. So be a part of that and join us in revolutionizing the healthcare.
Oh, cool. I love that subtle drop that, oh, we might be giving away something. I love that. Yes, we will for sure follow you on Twitter and make sure that we get a chunk of that giveaway. We love that here. Again, Sylvia, thank you so much. You're
Thank
so
you.
lovely to talk to. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Ayan, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who sent in their questions. Maraming salamat po. I wish we were able to ask more dahil ang dami interesting questions. But the top three, I feel like we're good. We're a good summary of the points for Lifelink. So ayan, Dixon, maraming salamat. Gifty and Faisy, thank you very much po. To claim your prizes, please DM us on our Twitter page. And like I said, i-update po natin lahat ng mga ano natin sa baba, yung mga i-update natin yung description box natin for the links ng Lifelink. This is a super interesting um project, and I genuinely feel na kailangan natin to sa Philippines. It's interesting, and the way they are executing it, it's very much planned from the user end and also sa back end with their health partners, doctors, experts, and of course the pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Maraming salamat po again for sending in the questions, and to everyone who joined in, whether you're watching this live or team replay. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.